5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome, Logan. Welcome back to the StratOCast. How's it going, bud?
It's going great.
It's going great. Thank you very much for telling me how good it's going. How was the toy fair? You went to Victoria and saw Infinity War. This weekend was the day. We're very excited to talk about this movie.
I'm proud to say that I booked time off work to go and see Infinity War.
Fantastic.
It did coincide with quite a large toy gathering in Victoria.
Yes, it did. You invited me to it. I was very excited to go with you.
I love going to it. It's a nostalgia trip.
And you went in IMAX.
Yeah,
very jealous.
Giant screen.
I didn't get a very good seat.
Giant screen.
I want to go again.
Giant.
Oh, I want to go again so bad. Anyway, this was the best movie ever, and we've been waiting for it for 10 years, and I'm so excited to talk about it. I don't even know where do I jump in. Let's just dive right into it. Where do we jump in? Huge. Okay, first of all, let's just say it's spoilers.
Can you start from the beginning? For me, would be where did you see it? Where did you sit? And what happened when you saw it? What was your experience?
Okay.
Tell me you seeing Infinity War.
I got really baked beforehand, and me and Bruce went there with my cousin Jessica Gunderson.
Cool.
And we got there kind of late. We booked tickets before, but I got I got the worst seat, very front row, all the way to the very left. Whatever. It is what it is. It was at recliner seating though.
All right.
It was recliner seating, so the front row isn't that bad, but I want to go again and get a way better seat. But I really enjoyed it. It opened up again with Hulk v Thanos. That was really good. I'm a huge Hulk fan. However, I'm still upset that Hulk didn't come back throughout the rest of the movie. That pissed me right off. But the Hulk fighting Thanos was a fantastic little moment, and Thanos beat the living crap out of him, and I loved it. It was pretty cool. It was awesome. Did you like that part?
I'll go on, man. I want to know your whole thing.
You want me to hear it? Okay.
I want to see. I want to know what did you think of Infinity War? Like, what's Ryan Stratts' Infinity War?
It was very good.
You guys like to walk through the entire movie, so I like to sort of say what my experience was of it. But I mean,
we have
every scene of it was insane.
Back and forth. Every scene was insane.
Sure.
The Thor fighting. The Thor at the beginning killing Loki dying. It was
right
awesome.
Away, the thing that I like, one of my standout as a Hulk lover, as a Hulk reader, I loved that. For me, Hulk felt terrified the whole
movie, right? He was scared of Thanos.
That to me was the most interesting and the most chilling part. Was like that's what kind of sold it. Was like no, was like I honestly
I don't know why Hulk's gotta be such a pussy though.
Eventually he would get how much marijuana was in my system because I also got baked as fuck on new products. If you want, I went and tried out a cannabis patch. 225 milligrams of THC, like full on cannabis, not just CBD, as an underarm patch. And I did a syringe of Phoenix Tears that was 625 in a syringe. And that was a mix as well. So because like the CBD stuff is very tar-like, the THC stuff is like a really thick milkshake kind of consistency. It's like really honey almost, like a runny, shitty restaurant honey.
Yeah, I've seen that stuff, of course.
So that, a patch, and like hotboxed a car.
Jesus.
And
you are a madman.
I'm trying. I want to try these Joey Diaz Stars of Death.
Tell me
Anyways,
about it. Yeah, I was on
too. And so when that scene, when he and Hulk was like, and made that noise.
Those punches were nuts.
That noise. And then when Hulk said no, both times I felt like my business just shriveled a little bit.
Dude, that fight was... Those punches were intense. That was like... The CG on Thanos was great. That armor was nuts.
Everything about that was just chilling. His ass, it shriveled me.
When he got the Tesseract and he put the stone on, and afterwards how he just took his armor off, and he's like... Because no one's ever welded 2 Infinity Stones before. That was really cool. I'm like, oh yeah. And what happened? Did he just... Heimdall... Bifrosted Hulk, that was pretty cool
Dark
too.
Energy.
And the way he just fell right into the Sanctum Sanctorum, oh my god, that was just gorgeous.
May I say that there's a part of that I feel is very much when you watch, so the part I'm referring to is the Heimdall part. If you watch just the Avengers trilogy.
Yeah.
I know all the movies play with each other, but each movie's trilogy is they play almost the same song to each other. They play the same notes to each other. So in the Heimdall way, when he does the Bifrost thing, I think that we can watch Heimdall in these movies and see that in Avengers 2, that perhaps, for me as a fan, I want to believe that there's a connection between the Heimdall scene and this scene, that when he's saying, we're all in hell, I think there's going to be such a great undoing that they are at the gates with Mephisto at the gates, and there's a fleet of Asgardians that Thor will go and rescue from the gates of hell.
Maybe they're in the Soul Stone.
It's something
I think Mephisto,
to the equivalent of that Thor will rescue from a realm.
When you say Mephisto, I think Red Skull might take the place of Mephisto. Because that was a huge reveal when Red Skull showed up. That was the biggest reveal in movie history in my life, I think. I couldn't believe it. I was waiting for Red Skull to return forever.
How had Red Skull figured out soul for a soul?
We don't know.
Thing sort of spoken
we have no idea. Because he got shot into space, and we have no idea where he went. Because he didn't bring the Tesseract with him.
I understand that part, but he's been in this place
have no idea.
For as long as Rogers
he has some
frozen.
Powers. Because at first, when we first saw him, he's like a floating, just shadow figure. And I'm like, okay, this is death. And I was looking at the image more than I was listening to what they were saying. So I want to watch it again. But then it ended up being Red Skull, and I was like, this guy's like a super crazy mystic force at this point. He might be like Mephisto realm. In the next movie, he might be like at the side of like Thanos the whole movie, and being like, you're a god now, Thanos. You are the legend. And the whole time just trying to kind of coerce him emotionally and mentally into weakening himself with the gauntlet and all that shit that's in Infinity Gauntlet. He'll take Mephisto's place in that. And he might have a whole domain over the Soul Realm, because that's where he was. We had no idea where the Soul Stone was.
Or he's that one scene.
And yeah, but I hope not. But we had no idea where the Soul Stone was, and who has the Soul Stone? A Red Skull. What? Basically,
he doesn't have the Soul Stone.
He's right where the Soul Stone is.
He's
was
left
the
as
guardian
he's
the gatekeeper of the Soul Stone.
It was you wish to hold a stone, you are not worthy of holding a stone, and because you had the gonads to try to hold a stone, you're going to be banished to eternal torment, being within arm's reach, but being alone, and soul for a soul. Is this suggesting that his ethereal power comes from the fact that he has held the Soul Stone, and that if you said
maybe he traded his soul?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
maybe that's why he can float. That's what I got. Is that Red Skull kind of is he saying that he was here for so long that he committed suicide?
Maybe he made a deal with Mephisto. Yeah, maybe he made a deal with Mephisto,
or he gave his soul for
eternal power.
Realized that by holding this stone for this long, it golemed him into this thing, and he can't hold it for that long, and it kills you over time. And so
it was a sick reveal.
Whatever it was, that was wicked. That was so cool to be cool, there he is.
Oh my god,
Thank you for answering
that was a huge payoff for me.
Yeah.
And that whole scene where again, spoilers, Thanos just throws Gamora right off the cliff.
See it.
Throws him right off the cliff.
If you listen to something called Infinity War,
it's just funny to say.
Go well, I haven't seen it yet.
I'm saying it ironically, you piece of shit.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, when he throws off the cliff, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the emotion of Thanos and Josh Brolin?
Okay. My first thing was I laid out a bunch of good things after I saw the movie, and I was really trying to be good because it was my standout biggest criticism of the whole thing. He's already Cable. I'm happy for the man. I feel they miscast again, and it was it just felt it was good.
It was good. It wasn't bad
but
at all.
It still felt miscast. It was no, another dude could have done that.
I feel like you're right. Another dude could have done it, but it wasn't bad.
But there were parts where they felt the face, and there's a lot of parts where his head rolled back, and they made a lot of effort to put a lot of them. But see, that my small squirrel conspiratorial-minded brain does go into these movies with an element of course. They hide the truth in plain sight.
I couldn't.
Strangeness.
I didn't watch
and with this one, the thing for me that was the strangest was that the obvious thing is literally Thanos is the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
He is something that kills at random and justifies it as peace and mercy that you are meant to empathize with, and they go into immense depth to make you empathize with a Titan that is exactly the longest war in history in a mad war.
Fuck, the Infinity War.
The Infinity War.
Which we ever top. That's actually a really good point.
That is what this is. That's what the eerie thing about this movie was like, no,
giving
they
sympathy.
did such a good job for me to care about Thanos, but I know what Thanos is, and killing indiscriminately and disguising it as peace, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you from everyone in history. Fuck you. On behalf of keeping us alive, fuck you. How dare you?
Making us sympathize with the ever-going
every time
Infinity
they've
War.
tested on us illegally, and every single time it's been justified by some heretic religious idiot. So every time, fuck Thanos.
Totally.
Every time. And so the whole movie was like, no, I am bulletproof to America's bullshit. And so the whole movie, when he was getting sad, it was like, fuck you. All this, like, the damaged women that have abusive dads that drank and hit them their whole life, that's like, just emotionally destroyed them. That she's like, Peter, you fucking kill me. My dad takes me. And Peter hesitates. Fuck Peter there. Fuck Peter there. Fuck him for shooting his butt. Fuck him for not jumping out and strangling her. Fuck him for grabbing and yelling at him there. Fuck Peter Quill. Yeah. What happened to him?
Well, it kind of fits with his arc.
I got so angry at him. It's like, he was such a good character. He is not himself in this movie.
It fits with his character arc, kind of, though. Because you have to think, in Guardians 2...
I'm yelling.
The second... You gotta think, Guardians 2, the scenes. It hurt me to kill your mom, Peter. Right away. Just gets blown away from blaster fires, kills his own dad, doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then he's like, shouldn't have smashed my Walkman, and just like fights his own dad again. Like, he does these reckless things throughout these other movies, just like emotionally wise. Yeah. He's an emotional character. He's very human compared to the rest of them.
But okay, sure.
But you're
right.
That's a thing.
Yeah, you're right with that.
But
anyways,
that was a really good point, man. Like that's very sympathizing with the Mad Titan that wants to kill everybody.
And he fucking wins, and it was
wins,
yep. That's why this movie's great, because it was like, yeah, that's a little swallow of truth. Go look around outside and be like, oh god damn it, the Mad Titan did win.
Yeah.
You live in this weird place that's like that. Advertisements will just be like, haha, you're never gonna retire, so why should your boots? Come buy these boots. They last for a long time. And it's like, that's dystopian shit, man. That's dark. Yeah, we're not going to retire. Yeah, food's going to be shit. Yeah, every smart person ever is saying, like, yeah, insects and seafood and just endless stuff of like, oh my god, the future sounds like doom.
Yeah.
But we don't know. But it was like, I remember being in like 1993 school and then being like, in 2020, your oceans are going to be rising. You're going to have the craziest storms you've ever had in history, and food's going to be on the high, and your population's going to be like 10 billion people. And it's like, yeah, they were really close.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So if they were right and they were shitty science then, and were way better science, and they're screaming about it now, then unless it's all some big elaborate hoax, but I don't know. I doubt that.
Going back to the whole Peter Quill fucking up the Thanos gauntlet plan.
Sorry.
What do you think about Doctor Strange looking into all possible futures and realities?
14 million finding one, giving the plan to Stark, and then everyone being like, they lost. And it's like, no, they're doing the one plan.
And because, like, Tony Stark's the one guy that can potentially, like, he's the one guy that can figure this one thing out, you know what I'm saying? I think he might have to build his own gauntlet. Because at the very end, when he snaps his fingers and kills half the fucking universe, it smashes his gauntlet. It's all fucked up and, like, broken. And people have also pointed out, I've heard multiple people say, that it looks like that half of his whole body almost looked like he had, like, a stroke. And, like, you see it on his neck and stuff. And even at the last scene where he's, like, walking out and he smiles, you can kind of tell him, like, his whole face is just not kind of responsive as the other side of his body. So that's interesting. And, I thought that was interesting, and maybe it's broken, maybe he can't use it right, maybe they have to build a new gauntlet.
Maybe that is just the shock on his Titan body for a moment.
And maybe I thought the snap doesn't actually kill everybody. That's the moment where like a bunch of realities are kind of made, and like so like different variations of like, you know what I mean? Different variations of the 50% are like created, and they go to different universes basically, and they're not actually dead. There's just different realities.
It's an option that is a sphere that has an infinite number of points that was spun at random, and that universe was picked. And then the moment you snapped your fingers, the reality you were on became that reality.
Yeah. So like basically half the power of the gauntlets.
So that flash is the shift of a universe.
Yeah, and like half the power of the gauntlets kind of gone because it's all fucked. His body's all kind of fucked because like half of he's in two realities at the same time now, and like all those people that drifted away.
Well, the scene of him
They'll
watching
be there.
the end, that's not... like, unless we're going to play with the story that the reality stone and all the other stones are sort of playing against his own mind and tricking him into thinking
that
this is all
happens.
existence.
That's in the comics. That's kind of in the comics. And what if, like, say, in the next one, it takes the perspective of, like, Black Panther, Bucky, Falcon, the guys that disappeared, and it shows, like, Captain America, Thor, and them disappearing instead, and they're like, whoa, fucking half the universe is gone.
Now, I've told you my theory for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 already.
Which one was it?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be called Secret Wars.
Oh, okay.
All right? And it's going to have...
I think it might be different. I think they might try to go find... After... I'll just tell you my third theory first, sorry. After they deal with Infinity War, they break all the... They give all the Infinity Stones to people. Vision, Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, whatever. Peter Quill and the Guardians would be like, give me the Soul Stone. And he's going to take it. And then he's going to try to take it and go, like, resurrect Gamora but with it. And that'll be Guardians 3. And he'll go find Adam Warlock with the Soul Stone.
That'd be kind of cool.
And he'll use that to resurrect Gamora, hopefully. That would be a really neat little story.
Kind of picking up where they say, like, he can hold an Infinity Stone.
Yeah. And,
like,
Andy finds Adam Warlock.
I was thinking it'd be cool if, like, everyone that disappeared seriously was just in a different universe. And then in that place, there was this...
Ooh, like Secret Wars universe.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be... Because almost all the Guardians are gone.
It was, like, all the Guardians, Spider-Man, the black suit where Venom's going to be...
Yeah, you're right. That's actually a really interesting theory,
Maybe none of them are dead, and part 2 is, like, where they went.
That's interesting.
Because then there's not in a million years they killing Spider-Man.
That's a very interesting idea. They could do Avengers 4 Secret Wars. All those characters that
disappeared. They're not dead.
In another reality. And then somehow they like, the champion of this contest gets back to your reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be weird.
And then like Miles Morales picks up and so Spider-Man because he takes... And so I think in the absence of Spider-Man...
The X-Men show up.
In the absence of Spider-Man, we're going to get the 4 Spider people that will show up and expanding the Spider-Man universe, making Spider-Man being called Spider-Man Homecoming 2, Spider-Man Universe. Huh. And you could have Miles Morales come in, that Spider Chick come in, you could have a whole bunch of different Spider characters sort of come in and do that sort of when Superman died.
Venom.
When Superman died, those
Bring
4
in
Superman
Venom.
came in, and it was really, that dumb thing. Spider-Man could totally do that before DC does, because they love to do that shit.
And T'Challa's like gone now too, which is pretty.
But I think if he's in the Secret War as well, he would be the one to sort of know how to navigate the Soul Stone and come back.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. What else happened in this fucking movie?
Because Doctor Strange is now there too, if this is a real thing.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, the one thing I know you'll go nuts about: how cool was when Tony Stark and Bruce Banner showed up? And fucking Nanotech shows up. He's waiting for him to turn him into the Hulk, but he can't. That was funny. But then he just does it himself. Nanotech in that suit is fucking legit. What'd you think of the suit?
It was neat.
You didn't like it?
I went in the trailers skeptical, honestly.
Yeah,
I was thinking, I'm getting tired of the impossible suits in Marvel. The Black Panther was my least favorite movie. I really didn't enjoy the silly suit he was in that just was impossible to damage.
It wasn't impossible either at the end. Remember how he moved it other parts of his body to put other parts, it became vulnerable.
I'm talking about Black Panther right now.
That was neat. I'm talking about
I know you are, but I wasn't. That didn't make sense. No, that didn't make sense. Because what I'm saying is I said I was tired of the impossible suits. With Iron Man, I went in hesitant, but I really did enjoy how they gave it a repair itself effect. They did a lot of effort to make that I did enjoy with the suit, that he has a limited number of nanoprobe things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so when he eventually began running out of parts to sort of rebuild himself and heal it, and it was apparent that in every time you see Iron Man, the next time he's on the screen, his suit is improved.
Yeah.
So this means that outside storage unit becomes inside storage unit, because his problem in this movie was that he didn't have enough probes. Yeah. And so he's going to be filled with so much probes it creates problems for him, and who knows?
Oh fuck knows, yeah, you're right.
But he's going to do something where he's he has enough to sort of holy shit. Yeah. He didn't have enough. Even all that for a drop of blood was yay, favorite line of the movie.
Yeah, that was
so good. It was so good.
That was a good fight scene,
That was so good. Iron Man with that, the thing unfolds off his back,
with all the lasers. That was insane.
Like, God damn it, yes.
He was cool.
There were some weird toys they made, and I didn't understand what they were. And it's like they sculpted it all weird, but it was supposed to be an homage to that scene.
And the Black Order
before the movie, I didn't understand.
Cool.
They did them so well.
So well. The Ebony Maw guy with that
felt
wizard
like an Avatar character because of her height.
Yeah, they didn't
stumbling around like
they didn't use her as well as they could have.
It was great. But
it was all very good.
But she felt like an Avatar.
That
character.
wizard guy was legit.
He was super fucking scary, and he's so totally coming back. Cause come on, he's just frozen in space. Fuck you. Fuck you. He's dead. Fuck you.
Oh, no space is fucked.
No way.
Fair enough.
No way. He's going to be out there and just sort of like...
I mean, if Thanos picks him, he can just do anything with the gauntlet. For sure. Yeah, he could come back.
Yeah, he's totally not dead. That guy's way too cool to kill like that.
He was cool.
Yeah. You think the alien queen dies because you put her in space? Alien 2? Come on.
Yeah, that was
Aliens. Cool. Yeah, no way. No way. That sorcerer guy was wicked.
He was wicked.
Yeah.
That fight when he fought... the whole opening scene in the little city... with Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Tony Stark.
Don't let him close his hand. And
that was sick. That was sick. When we did the cape, that whole plan at the end with Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Tony. Oh fuck, that was cool. Then when they try to take on Peter was a really cool little idea. It wasn't Apocalypse where they're all just like. It was like there was like, oh that's neat. Oh that's clever. Oh that's neat too. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
And how it did actually almost work.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it almost
worked. I
worked.
thought Mantis should have been like she should have been doing more things.
Just
she was just on top, like holding him. I was like, she's not even being like sleep. He won't sleep.
Yeah, she's the weakest. She's the weakest.
You could have made her like really cute and interesting and funny there, but it was like it was like she just kind of sat there and did nothing.
Good point.
Like, I thought you were supposed to be cute and fun.
Good point.
You fucking
Good point.
Useless broad.
Good point.
Why are you here? Because you're a broad.
Did you like Did you like how they used like the soul stones as like plot telling devices, like for the story? How it would like fold reality.
That movie felt like it was a half an hour.
Right? Like that was so
That movie
cool.
felt like it was a goddamn half an hour. It was like that was so that was credits. What?
Right?
It was so weird, and everyone was like, Infinity War. It went on for like infinity. It's like,
man.
Fuck you. That
flew by like that was a lovely piece of art.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
That was such a fun movie. I said that the whole thing. I was so surprised that the Hulk did not jump out of that. Misled me.
Yeah, it did.
I was locked that he was jumping out of that suit when I saw that first trailer with this thing. It was like, no, Hulk is in there.
I was pissed.
And he says no. It was like, oh my god, that is the scariest thing I've ever heard Hulk ever say.
Dude, they also I was amazed how well they used Thanos' power with the Infinity Gauntlet.
How they made them all make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
He the bubbles come out of the laser.
Yeah.
Oh, everything that he did was just
they go to the collector. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Beef with the movie because it was too good. They go to the collector and that whole thing was the reality gem. Him just being toying with it. Right?
Yeah.
And he can just toy. So, okay. Thor 3 made no connection that the reality gem did that. She just went made people go ugh.
Yeah, she didn't know how to use it. Obviously,
but the reality gem didn't ever change reality. The reality plot in that movie. One sec, just let me finish the thing. The reality plot in that movie was that all the portals were happening because of a thing that was different than this chick having a reality stone. So it's as if the writer of the movie didn't actually understand that how to write about a reality shift. And so they had two different. It's like when you watch that movie, there's a reality plot and a stone that's meant to connect the audience to reality, but that story makes no connection there. Which maybe why that movie blows is that script originally was sort of be like, no, connect these two dots, and that guy did a terrible job of it.
It's just a little different in that. I still like kind of Thor 2, even though everybody hates it.
I'm not saying I hate it. I'm saying that Dark World there is. That's one of the weird things that I came away with. It's like, oh wait, so the reality stone does that wickedness, and Natalie Portman just kind of floats around, and then the other guy gets it and gets big. Why did no one ever shift reality ever with the thing that does?
His plan was to shift of all the universe reality with everything.
But as Thor's jumping at him, he doesn't just go poof and make himself. And he throw Thor into reality he thinks that he's in the middle of the Arctic and can't see him, so he can cloak himself because you have the reality gem.
Maybe he just doesn't have that good of control over it.
I don't think you're hearing my total idea, man.
He doesn't have control over it. He just can't control over that well. And you can only do it because of the special convergence. And Thanos
I think you can say that now.
Thanos can do it because he has a fucking gauntlet.
You could never have said that before not seeing this movie.
Who knows? I just don't know. But that movie did suck for that.
I'm not saying I know either. I'm just
the
saying
Infinity Stone sucked in that movie, yes.
To suggest your idea over my idea when your idea doesn't make sense.
I agree. My idea makes sense.
Okay, fine.
What else happened in that movie?
You saw that movie and you made the connection with connecting the dot backwards, but if you saw Thor 2, you would be like, okay, what? The guy got big from the red stuff? Okay, so the red stuff makes him big. Maybe it's like Pym juice. You know, you wouldn't think it's a reality gem until you see the reality gem change reality, and you're like, oh, wait, that's what that can do? Give me a movie with that in it. You didn't get a movie with that in it because it didn't know how to do that. Maybe that guy sucked.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying.
That's fair enough.
That's it, right? Because, I mean, even in that movie, the best part of that movie is straight up stolen from the Animatrix. That whole floating truck thing and the portals and the things disappearing is stolen from the Animatrix. So, and maybe the Animatrix stole it from somewhere else too, but whatever. Yeah, what else happened in the movie though? It was phenomenal. Everyone quote unquote died. They turned to dust. Whatever. They're not dead.
The relationship with Vision and Wanda, I quite enjoyed.
Yeah.
How they all went their separate ways. That was fantastic.
Vision, I did call. We'll get a white ghost Vision.
You're right. Yeah, that was awesome.
He did go gray.
That was
like,
dark.
That's close enough for me.
Dude, that was dark. That was death of Vision.
That was cool.
Scarlet Witch has to kill him, and then he's just brings him back to life, and then kills him again. Crushes it right out of his brain. When he did that, that was like savage. That was like the darkest thing I've ever seen in one of these movies. Because I love Vision, and that was brutal. That looked like they right brain matter basically right out of his fucking head.
So,
oh my God,
if there is a military pro-rhetoric there, would it not be in the interest of fear-mongering to sort of make us fear a human-like machine in the future? To sort of keep the way that Disney sort of gave us the really sort of prejudiced, racist stuff they've already done already. Yeah, they have a history of doing that kind of thing. So by showing this absolute outright machine, if it's a emotive, soul-capable machine, humanoid that in this universe has rights, like in our universe, AI has a chair at the UN. Yeah. So weird. That is weird. Like in Saudi Arabia, they were offered rights. So weirder that we have that right now in our own reality. And in this movie, they crush the head of it in this outright, if that were a human being, would make this movie like PG-13 or R or something. Right? That was dark, so man. That was... the considering that I know we're in a super sensitive thing, I mean, eventually, won't we be weird and before we have Rosie the Robot sort of recording podcasts for us? I think that eventually there might be a timeline when we look at that part of the movie being like, this was in an era when we were not sensitive to robot violence. Totally. You know, it might have some sort of weird echo of that in the future, but it was totally a scene that was like, whoa. Totally. Holy shit, that was goddamn. Yeah, I flinched hard at that part. Yeah, that was cool. Totally, totally cool. That was cool. That whole Wakanda battle was pretty cool. Yeah. The part where they went underground and went under your fucking shield, right on. That was cool. Yep. I wondered why those things didn't dig. How about the part where they are all running and then fucking like a fucking bat out of hell, T'Challa and Cap are just like, we got, just like, yeah. Take it head on. The two like fucking badass soldiers. That was fucking awesome. Do this. When that happened, I just wanted to like get out of the seat and punch somebody. You wanted to like run across the top of the seats in the theater. Just scream. Oh my God, it was so cool. Today's showing of Avengers will be canceled because the screen has been kicked too many times. Just ripping it apart, just banging it with my bare hands. That was so awesome. That was a sick scene. Yeah, no, there was... Scarlet Witch was pretty cool. When she showed up and she's like Omega level mutant now. My biggest problem with Avengers 2 and now Avengers 3, I hate this actress. Another one where it's like, okay, you know what? This is everyone is not saying it. She Halle Berry'd us. She straight out just lost the accent in this movie. She was X-Men 1 with a weird accent and then straight out stopped doing it. And Scarlet Witch did exactly the same thing. She's just straight out talking like an American now. Oh, because she's been here and she's practiced American and she doesn't like the accent and she's a spy. No, that's the other one. The other one that has an American accent is supposed to be a Russian. So what's the fuck there? And this one that was supposed to have Russian is now also American. So there's a lot of this weird American accent, feeling sorry for an American Titan that's like, yeah, I don't know. Your movie a little thick this time, Marvel. You made a very, very big one. You had so many hands in the pot. I think the overall shape was like a little cooked on the edges. But it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. But as far as lasagna goes, it was a little overdone. It just feels like this movie was like, no, I know there's no stakes. You've already told us there's two. And there's no fucking way you're killing Spider-Man. There's just not. And I was very disappointed. They don't have the balls to kill him. I hope they bring back Vision. Because I was very disappointed even right away when they
stab him in the chest, and the whole movie he's like depowered, and I didn't get. I really wanted Thanos versus Vision. Like I wanted that. We had Thanos versus Iron Man, Thanos versus Doctor Strange. Cool. I wanted Thanos versus Vision.
Spider-Man held his own with
Thanos versus Hulk
for a while. The Spider-Man holding his own with him for a bit was wicked.
The one guy that has a soul stone in his fucking head doesn't take on a guy with the soul stone? Like, what the fuck?
You know I want to know what Spider-Man meant by a little too intuitive. Like, when he had the suit on. He's like, a little too intuitive. Like, it's intuitive, sir. A little too intuitive. I wonder what he meant by that.
It saved him for his own... Like, it got him back on the ship, even though...
But, I mean, a little too. Could that be, like, a cheeky thing? Did it, like, warm his undergarments kind of thing? Did he... You know, who knows?
Who knows?
Like how long he's gonna have this suit, but I think it's gonna be for a bit.
I like the part where they meet up with the Guardians and they have that little classic confusion. They fight first and then they team up. That whole line with dialogue was great. And when they meet up with Thor, that whole Chris Hemsworth dialogue I thought was fucking hysterical. I was laughing this whole movie. I thought it was great. It was so funny.
Yeah. The sex jokes were kept to next to
very minimum, right?
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And even the ones where they did do a sex joke, I thought was very well done.
It was like, okay, all right.
The one with the Hulk, where they was like trying to like, you know, get it up with the Hulk. He couldn't get the Hulk out, but it was like a getting it up reference. I thought that was pretty funny and well done, but other than that, I couldn't really find any sex jokes for the most part.
Not off the top of my head. I've seen it once.
It was all very character-driven, like
my
humor.
58th viewing, I might pick it. I might remember it.
Good character-driven humor.
Yeah, no, it was well done. Who did this one? Who was
the Russo Bros?
Oh, so it was the Community guys.
Yep.
Yeah, wicked. So Ant-Man dudes.
Civil War.
Winter
Soldier.
Ant-Man? Who did Ant-Man?
Peyton Reed.
Oh, okay, totally different dude.
It was going to be Edgar Wright, but there was Peyton Reed after.
Yeah, okay.
But those guys, the Russo Bros, are legit.
Yeah, they've.
Holy moly! Congratulations,
they did like all the good like paintball episodes. They did all of the really fun episodes of Community.
Action episodes.
I don't know. I might be talking to my ass there. I completely forget. I didn't know that they did a bunch of really good episodes though. Every time it's like someone awesome. I mean, Abed's in it. The
Winter Soldier, he's in that.
There's so many people from Community in these movies, right? The trailer for my movie had Britta doing a Diet Coke commercial.
Yeah.
Like Community's everywhere, and then it makes me think like Dan Harmon's this genius that fucking writes the fanboy favorite cartoons. That exactly like where's his Marvel movie? People he did do some like guest stuff on Doctor Strange. Apparently,
what did he do? Yes, Doctor Strange.
He did some guest stuff on that, so I think like some of like the Portal stuff and like that would kind of make sense that might have assisted with some of that shit. But give this guy his own goddamn movie and give him a ton of money.
What would you give it to him?
Hulk movie.
Ooh.
As far as someone who could write inner depression, inner thought, and inner dialogue.
That's genius.
Holy shit, give him a Hulk.
Like that.
Give him a really broody, dark, internal Hulk movie.
I thought there was going to be more Hulk in this movie, and they just didn't deliver on it for me.
Yeah, that's what we all want. I want a Hulk movie that's homage to the comics. Of something where he's like fear and encouragement and jealousy and lust. There's sort of all these giant Hulks that are fighting his mind. And it's like, this is, whoa. I'm in grade 6. I don't really understand what I'm reading right now.
Thor was fucking so cool.
Very weird boner.
Dude, Thor was so cool in this movie.
Yeah. Thor was finally Thor.
Yeah, legit.
Just destroying everything.
He was a powerhouse.
Destroy this, and then he gets him in the chest and should have got aim for the head, and it's like, that's the greatest holy shit ever.
That was sick. Stormbreaker, baby. That axe was sick.
God damn, that was cool.
Fuck yeah.
And he gets him in the chest, he fucking gets him.
And then like
and he's just like
when the guy shows like he says that this hammer can like summon the Bifrost, like that's sick.
Yeah, so now Thor can throw his hammer and go anywhere.
Oh, dude, it's so cool. It's so powerful. Like it's so wicked.
That's the sort of scapegoat.
And it's so
he
big.
Has all the things in this hammer now.
I feel like he might one day give it to Stormbreaker, and I feel like there's no enchantment on it. I feel like anyone can pick it up. Even Groot
there's
did.
enchantment because he was laying there and it came to his hand.
But
his hand called to it.
Yeah, but like Groot even picked it up basically.
Because Groot will be on the same level as Vision.
No way.
Absolutely pure, because he's pure, he absolutely, he's in the same as Vision, and that's in that weird Marvel.
But like, there's no Odin enchantment basically. But fuck, I feel like anyone can pick it up, and I feel like Beta Ray Bill might, take it.
One of his people have already been
because it's so big. I feel like Beta Ray Bill's gonna be really big, and it'll fit him good.
And he'll shave down the handle or something.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Beta Ray Bill. I love that guy. Oh, that'll be sick. I can't wait for Thor 4. that made me so excited for Thor 4.
Thor 4.
Oh, Thor 4. So excited.
Thor 4.
That's going to be sick.
Thor 4.
Oh, this movie
No.
is fucking legit. How about the end where he does snap his fingers and he goes to that weird soul realm? And I thought there was going to be death, but then it's like Gamora as a kid. But I think that still represents death, and that was pretty cool.
It's the resetting place.
Death never showed up.
He had to, when in resetting the thing, you sort of, in that, the soul stone has its like, after fart mist when you, you know, that's where she is, that Lobo place. And just like that last like, okay, child, he sacrificed you. What if you had one thing to ask him? Would you? And it's like, okay, wait around here for a bit.
Yeah.
She waits around, or instantaneously there he is, and just gets to ask him like, "You son of a bitch," and just paying to every daughter that had shitty dad, because I think that's what that movie was playing hard. It was like, no, there's a lot of shitty dads.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of shitty dads, and there's a lot of girls that are Gamora that have a good guy, that know a girl that has a shitty dad. And the dad's just this master manipulator that has this ultimate power, and sometimes that ultimate power is him drunk. And he's been ultimate his whole life. Totally. It's like that's what Thanos felt to me. Thanos felt like a manipulative, mean, old man with old thinking, and I am not buying you being sad.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You
That's
stepped on everyone. Fuck you. The whole movie was like, I love hating this guy. And I think Josh Brolin's the wrong one, because now I got to go and turn around and like him in Cable. It's like, I think you should have done a different dude. It's too weird to have two people, like this two characters so close together that are so big by the same dude. It's weird. Captain America being Human Torch is weird enough.
Yeah.
Like, this is just weird.
Fair enough. And they come out right beside each other. Yeah. What the fuck is that about?
No, I don't like that.
What's up with Josh Brolin? Like, what deal did he sign?
He was like, I'll rat on Harvey Weinstein if I can have all the movies. And they're like, all right.
Fuck.
There you go.
Anything else I want to cover?
No, not like I'm trying to say that the guy shouldn't have been ratted on, because
no, and I'm talking about the movie.
I know, but that kind of sounded like I was empathizing with an asshole.
Yeah,
in the movie, no, I saw it. I enjoyed it. I saw it in IMAX. I was right in the middle. I booked my tickets way in advance. I had it planned so I could just step right in. I saw the commercials and step. It was solid.
How about that Captain Marvel post-credit scene?
The little beeper image, that was alright. I really thought we'd finally get to see the goddamn vehicle fly, but nope.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I thought he was going to be like, get me out of here.
Yeah, but he turned to dust.
Yeah.
And then the beeper was... We at least see Captain Marvel
logo.
At
least seen a flying car turn to dust.
We just know that that's like, he knows about her, and that's pretty cool. The movies... I think her movie's going to be pretty sick.
It's going to be really interesting to sort of see how Marvel now juggles going backward and forward. To sort of... How long they can sort of stay afloat without referencing this thing they did.
Yeah.
How long can they do a standalone movie that isn't just like and? It's like, no, give me but then.
I want them to do...
However, but then, when you start getting into and, those movies aren't interesting anymore.
Yeah.
So give me like the new storylines. Like when Guardians came out, it was like, what is this?
Yeah. I want a tragic love story with Bucky and Black Widow, like, that goes through the ages, because I want her to be like... You know, Infinity Serum.
Yeah,
it could literally be a tragic romance, and it could be really good.
They've both been zapped and forgotten,
and he has no idea who she is,
and remembered over and over and over, and they finally zapped him so hard.
Yeah, she remembers who he is, obviously, but he has no idea who she is.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Yeah,
I want them to do that one day. I hope they do. Fuck, that'd be good. And then I hope Captain Marvel's good. But
they've never disappointed. Even Ant-Man was entertaining.
No, man.
Even though it was Iron Man again.
This new... Do you see the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp? It looks good. I'm pretty excited for that movie.
Yeah, it looks neat. I thought it was going to be Morpheus that was the ghost.
No, he's going to be a cool helper guy.
Yeah, so he was like... And they're bragging about how big they got in 64 feet and showing me how big he got in the trailers.
There's a little bit too much. But it happens.
Save the stuff. Come on.
Don't
give me everything in the trailer.
I can't even think of what else would happen in this movie, but there's so much. I'm sure I missed everything.
So, I mean, Iron Man being on another planet, I heard Pepper say, I'm coming too.
How do you think he's going to get back?
I think, did you hear what I said about Pepper?
No, she's coming too. Fuck that. I think...
No, you didn't. Okay, so she says, I'm coming too. And he's like, you know that spaceship? I'm on it. And the last thing she communicates, and they're in that conversation, she says, I'm coming too, which I think is a reference to rescue her suit.
Huh.
Which is rescue, because every time you see a suit, it's improved. So Pepper has worn a suit, her suit will improve. Peter has worn a suit, his suit improved. Rhodey wore a suit, his suit improved. It's every single time they do that. So I think that is a reference to, in the second part of this movie, her in Rescue on Earth acting as Ironheart. The name should be dubbed by the city.
I think she'll be like an Iron Man for the next movie. But how do you think Iron Man will get back to the Earth?
He doesn't necessarily have to.
Do you think? I feel like he'll build something on Titan.
I think we have Thor with the Stormbreaker that can do Bifrost shit. That can get anyone anywhere.
That's true. That could be a thing. Fuck yeah.
Done.
Did you like Nebula? That would be like when Thanos roasts her on that would be a waste of parts.
I felt
line.
her screams were underscreamed. I felt
really
her
like
torment
actress.
screams. I've heard better torment screams. I think she was just screaming. I think if you're being tormented, it's a deeper guttural scream that she didn't go to. I think there was a darker scream available that you could have haunted us with, but that was scary as fuck to see, and the scream was weak. As far as like, I've seen a lot of horror shit and a lot of like ripping people apart shit in movies, and
Valid.
I've seen better.
Valid point.
It's just a robot. Come on, I've seen like body parts and come on.
Valid point. Yeah. No Hawkeye in this movie.
Fuck Hawkeye.
Disappointed, but
fuck. My hope is whole farm turned to ash.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, there was a bunch of little things in this. I really think the Ironheart thing's gonna come true. I think Secret War is right around the corner with.
They didn't have enough Bucky.
Not yet.
I want more Bucky.
They're gearing him up to be
Captain America
because he's going to be Captain America in that universe. There's going to be two sort of side-by-side universes.
I think it'd be cool if there was two side-by-side universes.
Build, and then they come back, and then they're both sort of shield-bearing in their own East Coast, West Coast kind of thing.
I think it'd be sick.
Yeah, the East Coast, if you're Captain America, they each have their own. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm very excited for the future. But I don't really know what's going to happen, but I think, alternate realities is the way to go.
Yeah, and just run both. Because, I mean, it's a good allotment of both. I don't buy that they're dead. I just think that it's Marvel. They've never killed anyone successfully. Why start now?
It's true. They even say that with Loki. That was pretty funny.
Loki, another one. I think the death was not done correctly. I really felt that part. If you want to show me a successful Loki death, I thought about this, was that I want to see him strangling him. Loki, who, while everyone else is dead around him, still looks clean and proper. We're supposed to believe because he's played with that he's been talking to Thanos. But what if his magic is hiding his scars, his cuts, his damage? And while being choked, the clean one becomes damaged one. The damaged one becomes redder and bluer, and then bluer and bluer and bluer until he's Frost Giant colors. And then Frost Giant Loki is thrown on the ground as a weird dark purple. Yeah. Because he's done as a Frost Giant laying next to Thor. I'd buy it way more.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
He's still magic.
That'd be sick.
I don't buy it.
I like that.
It's like, no, I like the transitions need to have been there where he just like, oh. And he's like, oh, you weren't lying after all. And throws him like, I thought every word out of your mouth was a lie. But yeah, you weren't lying about being a Frost Giant. I thought you were kidding about that. Holy cow, you convinced me. I thought you were an Asgardian. You're such an asshole. But yeah, no, I think there should have been something more about him. Come on, I'm not buying anything.
I agree. The death could have been more significant, especially because we all love Loki so much.
And Thor's just like, no. It's like, I wanted to see more of like, trying to throw lightning because there's nothing else left. There's no one else alive.
Yeah.
Where was the lightning?
I think probably Valkyrie probably got half the people because Thor even says he killed half my people. But I think Valkyrie and Korg and them probably got half the Asgardians out of there. I think they survived. Hopefully. They evacuated.
Got on a ship and started a revolution.
Yeah, hopefully started a revolution against Thanos. That'd be sick. You imagine Valkyrie, Korg, and Meek, Meek evolved Meek at that point, and they come for the revolution against Thanos in Avengers 4. That'd be fun.
Valkyrie, Korg, Meek, and then somebody that
Beta Ray Bill. Sif and Beta Ray Bill.
Someone that does something with fire, and they land on Earth, and they call themselves like the Fantastic Four. We are.
That'd be good.
I don't know. It wasn't incredible. It was like, that was good. And it felt I really enjoyed how it went to credits. There wasn't like a scene afterwards.
That was very good.
It wasn't like this one's another Marvel thingy. It was like this one was a movie. This one felt like it ended as a movie.
I agree.
With just rolling credits, no little goofy shits going on, no funny, spooky, ha-ha-ha music.
Totally.
It was just played real serious. They got to the end. It was a Captain Marvel thing. We got, it wasn't Captain America fucking and flipping us off. That felt nice. That felt like Avengers 1, where you went and the after credit scene was cool. It felt like an Avengers movie.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, they wrapped it up really nice. Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good way to wrap it up as well. That was a very good movie. Yes, I enjoyed it very much. I can't wait to go watch it a million more times. I really want it to be downloaded into my subconscious like the Avengers and Avengers 2 and the rest of them
It'll be on digital purple data ray bill disc in a few months. And you'll download our copy and you can watch it in 6000 HPS sauce. And
I want it so
it'll
fucking
be so
bad.
clear. Oh yes, and then we will be drooling over every scene, every frame by frame, every did you see? And is that his when straight up? Okay, last shout out, and then I'm done. The War Machine flyby and the doom doom doom.
Oh, that was sick.
Doom, sick.
That was sick. This was a sick podcast, Logan. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, anytime.
Boom. Peace out, boys and girls. Oh, and yeah, if you're looking at this, just like and subscribe, I guess, if this is going to be on YouTube. This isn't on Facebook, so it's on YouTube, so make sure you like and subscribe, guys, because that's important these days.